Our brain is 2% of our entire body weight. It takes up 25% of our entire metabolism. It runs on less electricity than it takes to power a light bulb. Different people can have different metabolic factors that influence how we process meds. I am a giant nerd, if you couldn't tell already. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Macayla. It's nice to meet you all. I knew from a young age that I wanted to be in the healthcare field of some sort. And getting to medical school, I really learned how deep the connection is with the human body and how it works. Learning more about how botanicals, herbs work with the human body, and getting to know all of the different layers of health, including things like our sleep, nutrition, then herbs, then medicine, as we typically think of it in the conventional medicine setting. First and foremost, I do primary care with everyone. If you've got the sneezes, you send me a message. If you've got a kiddo who needs to come in for their annual wellness, you come see me. If something big is happening or you break a bone, heaven forbid, then in that case, you go to urgent care. And then afterwards, you come and see me. I also do trauma-informed care, especially for sensitive exams. And in a world that has so much trauma in it, this is really important. I also do a lot of mental health care, and I love working with it. I also do a lot of LGBT care, especially gender-affirming care. I love working with someone and helping them feel more okay in their own body every day. I also love doing a lot of care for neurodivergence. This kind of goes under the mental health, but it's a really special thing. I work with a lot of both children and adults for things like ADHD, autism, also things that we wouldn't typically think of, anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, each of these things that changes how we process and interact with our world. No matter what treatment modality I'm using, I'm considering everything that's going on with that individual, all of the things that they are experiencing, and trying to get the most amount of good for the least amount of side effects. When I'm working with people for herbs, I am looking at all of the different herbs that are used for certain conditions, but also what each herb is used for across the entire body. Some people, they may not process a medication in the same way, so it may stick around longer and end up with a higher amount of it. For other people, they may process something really, really fast and have a ton of side effects from not a very high dose. So when I'm looking at mental health meds especially, I am taking into account their history of things, or even their family history with medications, and taking a look to see what different metabolizing styles they may have. I'm working with pharmaceuticals for other conditions. I try to get an idea of what is going to cover the most amount of conditions that person has, or the most amount of concerns for the least amount of side effects. Getting something that's going to work for many conditions, or will have the fewest side effects for the most benefit. When working with mental health, I also do a lot of lifestyle and counseling. I help people navigate things that medications don't cover. So we work on things that still bother someone that a simple medication or herb can't fix. And we get the whole experience that someone is having and being able to help them navigate things easier in so many different ways. I love games, whether it's board games, tabletop games, yes, including D&D, or video games. I love being able to be immersed in the moment, especially with games with other people. I'm not really competitive. I just love being in the moment with others and enjoying that camaraderie. I'm also a massive crier. I am the biggest baby of my entire family. I am also a giant dog person. I have always had dogs. And the first thing I did when I moved into my own place was get a dog. I do give wonderful hugs. I come from a long line of excellent huggers, and I have a giant family. So it is an art form in this family. So I kind of learned under the masters over time. And when you're surrounded by that, it's one of the things that you really learn to appreciate.